Born of laughter, clothed in cheer, happiness has brought you here. Welcome to the channel. If you know what I did there, well done. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hello, my name is Chloe. If you're not new, hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a special book review and I am so excited to get into this. So, let me just show you a little something that relates to this video. And I don't think she's... There we go. We got a focus. This is Queen Clarion from Disney Fairies Tinkerbell. Yes, if you know what book it is yet, well done. We're going to be reviewing Wings of Starlight by Allison Saft. So I really enjoyed this book. I rated this 5 stars. So this in total has 392 pages. It's a fantasy, romance and adventure. And here is my colour wheel. I represented this as like the warm seasons and the bottom as the winter seasons. Because this is about Queen Clarion, Lord Mallory and their love story. If you don't know what this is, please go and watch Tinkerbell and the Secret of the Wings, as that kind of gives you a basic idea of what this book will be about. And so, yeah. So this book looks really cool. It's got gold on it. It's got like little snowflakes up here. And I think this cover design is really cute. This is what the back looks like for the paperback. I wanted the hardback because it's got Lord Mallory's face on the back. But unfortunately, I haven't. I also want to show off my little snowflake earring that Rose made. Shout out to Rose for making these snowflake earrings. I'm wearing them because I'm full on winter fairy kind of vibes. So the year that this book was published was 2025. I started reading this on the 18th of March and I finished this on the 26th of March. I definitely think that this is a 5-star read. I loved this. This almost made me cry in places. Disney Fairies, definitely, if you're a fan, go for it. This book is great for that. I thought that this book gave an accurate representation of Queen Clarion and of Lord Mallory's characters. I definitely felt engaged. And I definitely recommend this book. Simple. So I'll read the blurb to you. So it says, whilst most warm season fairies fear the legends of monsters lurking in the winter woods, Clarion can't help being intrigued. But she has little time to dwell on daydreams while the days to her coronation dwindle away. When reports of a monster crossing from winter into spring make their way to the palace, Clarion travels to the edge of winter where she finds Mallory, a young guardian of the winter woods. Together they form an unlikely bond as they race to save their lands. But as their alliance warms, they discover there is a reason warm season fairy and a winter fairy must not be together, and the cost could be just as deadly as the monsters that prowl the winter woods. So this is really cute. So the aim of the book, I think, was to tell the love story in more detail of Clarion and Lord Mallory's love. Because you get like a miniature scoop into that in The Secret of the Wings. You get 2 fairies fell in love, 1 fairy broke a wing. We haven't seen each other since. That's essentially what they say in Secret of the Wings. So you know that Queen Clarion becomes queen and falls in love with Lord Mallory, and you know that Lord Mallory crosses the border and breaks a wing. And you also know that they never see each other again because Queen Clarion puts the rule in that winter fairies should never cross the border and summer and warm fairies should never cross into winter. That's the rule. So we know that based off Secret of the Wings. And so you get that idea, and it's how well the author executed that in this book that makes me really happy. As a Disney Fairy fan, you know, I want to be wowed, I want to feel emotion, I want to experience what it's like, and I have. This book definitely does show that off. It sums it up very well. It explains why Mallory broke a wing, how, you know, their love, all of that, and it really is a great book. And I think that the author did a great job. So I would recommend to Disney Fairy fans, I think it would just be better to watch Tinkerbell and the Secret of the Wings to give yourself an idea of the story. But if you don't want to, that's fine. You can read this. This is perfect as a standalone. It's perfect as a introduction to the Disney Fairy universe anyway. So if you don't watch Tinkerbell and the Secret of the Wings, it isn't too bad if you start with this, because it doesn't really... It opens up the world to you very well. I thought that this story was emotional for me. You know, for those who have seen the film, you know that Lord Mallory and Queen Clarion can never be together. So you know that this story doesn't really have a happy ending. And if you have watched the film, you know the ending of that movie. But you know that this book is not really going to have a happy ending because they won't be together again. I did enjoy like the foreshadowing, because we as the audience know that it's not going to be a happy ending for these two. And so, yeah. And the one thing that made me really want to cry was that Clarion felt like she belonged in winter. But she couldn't, because she was a warm season fairy. So she couldn't survive in winter. But also, if she wasn't queen, she could probably be with Mallory more than, you know, now. So I definitely think that this book is really cool. And I really like the ending. I like the ending. So the ending says, she stood alone in spring as the scent of petrica rose around her, staring out at the cold emptiness of winter. It would call her home for the rest of her long life. So I think that that is really powerful, because she felt like she belonged in winter, but she's unable to go there. And that's really sad. As queen, she's given up quite a lot. She's given up her love. She's given up her second home in winter. She's given up her freedom. All of this to be the queen of Pixie Hollow. So it's really powerful. It's really sad. And, you know, this is my W in my A to Z reading challenge, by the way, guys. So this is fictional and I really love it. I do think this is good for any ages. It doesn't have anything inappropriate in it, so it's perfect for kids and adults. And yeah, I just think that it's really cool. So thank you guys for watching this review. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you really like this, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, comment any books you want me to do next, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.